स्टूडेंट, टॉपिक चल रहा है आपका बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट एज एप्लीकेबल टू बैंकिंग कंपनीज। इसमें आपके कुछ पॉइंट हो गए थे, यानी पेड अप कैपिटल तक। यहाँ तक हमने इसको डिस्कस किया था। अब इसका नंबर 6 पॉइंट, मेंटेनेंस ऑफ लिक्विड एसिड। देखिए, लिक्विड एसिड मीन्स सेक्शन 24 required every banking company to maintain India in cash, gold or uncumbered approved securities, an amount which shall not at the close of business on any day be less than 25% of the total of its net demand and time liabilities in India. Reserve Bank of India is empowered to set up this ratio called statutory liquidity ratio, यानी कि SLR. The amount of SLR is calculated on the basis of net demand and time liabilities as on the last. Reserve Bank also possesses the power to decide the mode of valuation of the securities held by bank. That is, valuation may be with reference to cost price, market price, book value or face value, as may be decided by RBI from time to time. Number 7, maintenance of asset in India. Section 25 requires that the asset of every banking company in India at the close of business on the every quarter shall not be less than 75% of demand and time liabilities. Number next, inspection of Reserve Bank. Under section 35, Reserve Bank may either at its own initiative or at the instance of the central government cause an inspection to be made one or more of the officers of any banking company and its book accounts, if on the basis of inspection report submitted by the Reserve Bank, the central government is of the opinion that the affairs of the banking company are conducted to determine the interest of its depositors. Number 9, Reserve Bank powers to issue directions. Reserve Bank of India is vested with wide powers under Section 35A to issue direction to banking companies generally or to any banking company in particular in the public interest, on the interest of banking policy, to present affairs of any banking company being conducted in a manner and proper management of any banking company generally. Section 35 empowers the Reserve Bank to quotation of banking companies against entering into the particular transaction. Next, management of bank. The constitution of bank, board of directors of the private sector, commercial bank must be in the accordance with the provision of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Section 10A lays down the board directors be constituted in such a way that not less than 51% of the total number of member shall consist of the persons who satisfy such as special knowledge, practical experience in respect of accountancy, agricultural, rural economy, banking, cooperative economies, finance law, and small scale industry or any other related matter. And do not substitute interest in or be connected with any company or firm which carries on any trading, commercial, or industrial concern. This excludes those connected with small scale industries or companies registered under Section 25 of the Companies Act. Reserve Bank of India has conferred the power to direct a banking company to reconstitute the board. If it is not constituted, it may remove a director and appoint a suitable director also. A person cannot be a director of two banking companies or director of a banking company. The Act also required that the chairman of the banking company shall be a person who has special knowledge and practical experience. Reserve Bank approval is also required to appoint, reappoint, or terminate the appointment of a chairman, director, or chief executive officer. Reserve Bank has the power to remove top managerial personnel of the banking companies if the bank feels it is necessary in the public interest or for the preventing the affairs of a banking company being conducted in a manner detrimental to interest of the depositor. Reserve Bank may appoint a suitable person in place of the person to removed. Moreover, Reserve Bank is also empowered to appoint additional director not exceeding 5 or 1/3 of the maximum strength of the board, whichever is less. The board of directors of the nationalized bank is to constitute in the accordance with the provision of Section 9 of the Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertaking Act 1970 or 1980. It provides for the appointment as directors or officials of RBI, central government, other financial institutions, and from among us the officers and workmen of the bank concerned. Moreover, such directors are to be nominated by the central government, and 2 to 6 directors are to be elected by the shareholder and other central government. Next, 11. Control over advances. Section 21 confers wide powers on the Reserve Bank of India to issue directive on the banking companies with regard to the advances to be granted by the banking company, either generally or by any of them in particular. These directions may relate to any or all of the following, such as the purpose of which advance may or may not be guaranteed, the margins to be maintained in respect of secured advance, the maximum amount of advance to any one company, firm, individual, or association of person, the maximum amount up to which guarantees may be given by the banking company on behalf of any company or firm. Maximum amount up to which guarantee may be given by the banking company on behalf of any company or firm, the rate of interest and other terms of condition. The directive issued and under this section is called selective credit control. If they relate to advance on the security of selected commodities, banks are bound to with these directives. Number 12, restrictions on loans and advances. A banking company is prohibited from sanctioning loans and advances on the security of its shares. Restrictions are also imposed under the Section 20 on the loans granted to banks to the persons interested in the managerial of bank. देखिए सेक्शन 42 of the Reserve Bank Act 1934 require every scheduled bank to maintain with the Reserve Bank of India an average daily balance, the amount of which shall not be less than 3% of net demand and time liabilities of the bank. The Reserve Bank of India is empowered to increase this rate up to 20% of the net demand and time liabilities. If a bank fails to maintain the cash balance as required by the Reserve Bank, penalty may be imposed as prescribed in the Act. This provision applies to all scheduled banks, commercial banks, state cooperative banks, and regional rural banks. स्टूडेंट, आज हमने इसके बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट एज एप्लीकेबल टू बैंकिंग कंपनीज के बारे में डिस्कस किया। नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट एज एप्लीकेबल टू पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स, यानी पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स के लिए क्या क्या बैंकिंग रेगुलेशन एक्ट हैं, इनके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। फिर और इसी के साथ ये थर्ड यूनिट फिनिश हो जाएगी। उसके बाद आपकी नंबर 4th यूनिट आती है RRBs, रीजनल रूरल बैंक्स, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। तो जो इससे नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है काफ़ी लेंदी है, उसमें 21 पॉइंट्स हैं। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट।